Today we're going to work on burnt ends, and what I'm using today is a pork belly. Lots of different types of ways to make burnt ends. This particular way we're going to use the pork belly, which is going to render down. You'll see it's got a good fat cap on it, and that will all shrink. So we're going to cut it in 1 ounce cubes so that as it cooks down, they become kind of bite size. Cook time on this will be about 3.5 hours. We're going to get it to about 190 degrees, and we're going to look for some crispness and stuff. We'll season it up, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, we've got it all cubed up in nice 1 inch by 1 inch cubes. We're going to season it on all 6 sides with some Sucklebuster's honey barbecue rub. It's got a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of a kick, so it'll make these nice and crisp and have just enough sweetness to them that when we glaze them, we'll put a little hot to it, a little habanero sauce to it, and get you a good flavor. We're gonna mix them all up in a bowl so that we get a nice even coating. You want a good coating of seasoning all the way around it. Then you want to let them sit anywhere from 15 minutes to overnight. I had mine sit overnight typically, and then we'll put them on the smoker at 275. Cook them for probably about 3 hours until they get to 190, 195. As you can see, I put these on an icing screen in order to make it so that they don't have as many grill marks and things like that on it. It'll be easier for me to handle. We've kept it with the fat side up so that as that fat renders or cooks down, it'll go down through the meat and continue to make it juicy and flavorful. Again, the cook time on this will be about probably 3 hours. We're going to look for a temperature of about 190. About every 45 minutes, you want to go ahead and spray these, and you can use what you'd like. In this particular case, I'm using apple juice. When I talk about temperature on this particular product, I'm not using a temperature gauge that stays in the meat. I'm using one that has an instant read. This one is both in Fahrenheit and Celsius if you'd like. But the BGP it's $29.95, and it'll give you an instant read. As you can tell right now, it's temperature about 86.5 right out here. The probe itself goes into the meat, and then obviously sanitize each time after use and get it clean, nice and clean each time, so that as you're temping food, you're not cross-contaminating. Alrighty, we just temped them, the burnt ends here, and they are temping out at 190. There's a couple of them that are going to need just a little bit more time, but now we're going to put those into a pan and add the barbecue sauce to it, then cover it with tin foil, and we're going to cook it for another hour at 275 degrees. All right, we've had about 3 hours in the smoker, and they've reached proper temperature. So now we're going to add the barbecue sauce, wrap them, and let them go back in there for about another hour so that they candy up. On this particular one, I'm using an apple cranberry habanero, so it adds just a little kick to it along with the sweetness. All righty. Opening up the pan here. Here's our finished product. You can see it's still boiling. I'm still in the process of taking it off the smoker. And again, we started at 225 for the first 3 hours, and then at 275, and give it a nice glaze. We'll put these on a nice plate, drop a fork on there, and have a delicious appetizer or entree.